Hey there, good Saturday morning. Welcome to My Green Pets. Today's the 1st of October 2022. And Cattleya Maximus is still in bloom. This is going to be, we're starting week 3. There are some signs that the flowers are aging. You can kind of see some little brown patches there, but the overall effect is still really nice. The flower that I self-pollinated dropped off a couple days ago, so that did not work. But it's okay. I feel fine with that. Not going to try another one. The sad news this week is that Cattleya Walkeriana's bud has blasted. So for some reason, it did not like the idea of blooming. Once it put out that bud, it decided it did not want to do that. Now, the only thing that I did differently once I saw the bud was that I was coming in here at night with a flashlight and shining the flashlight on it just to get a good look at it. I don't know if that was enough to bother it. I did touch it a couple of times too. And it might not seem like a big deal, but sometimes that's all it takes. So this was one of 2 growths it put out this year. So it put out this one. It also put out this one a little bit later. So this one might still have a possibility of trying to put out a spike this year. So we haven't lost all hope, but last year we got this little kind of like little weird thing, like maybe it's gonna bloom, but then nothing came out of it. And then this year we got a step closer. We actually got a bud and a proper blooming growth. Just didn't go through with it, so we might get lucky and see something later on this growth. It's okay. This is the lesson that orchids teach us. We have to accept reality. We have to accept things the way they are. I can make changes, try to change my culture, but there's nothing I can do about this. Just have to accept it. Let's see here. Got Rlc Jessie Lee. The blooming didn't come out so great this year. The flowers are looking straight up, and they're quite a bit smaller, but they still have a nice fragrance. And hopefully we will get a new growth down here with some bigger growth and maybe another bloom spike with more flowers. I wanted to show you these pots. So I was at Lowe's. Let's see, I think you can see a better one back here. I was at Lowe's last week and I saw these plastic pots on the shelf, and they are really nice. It's a thick plastic. They're not flimsy. They got tons of holes on the sides as well as in the bottom. And so I potted a couple of my Cattleyas in them in rocks just to see how they do. I thought they looked pretty good. This is my Gaskeliana. I brought Gaskeliana back from the greenhouse to try to baby it a little bit. Wasn't too happy in there. Kind of hidden down here we have Cycnodes Wine Delight. And its buds are just starting to open. So we can see a little bit of open bud here. And those will continue to open over the next week, and then hopefully by next weekend they'll be fully open and we'll have some really nice fragrance in here. Cherry medicine, cherry cough syrup kind of a fragrance. Last week I found that my Rebecca Northern that came from SVO's release last year has got a spike on the side pushing out. Looks like a very nice big one. The other side, this side, I don't see anything quite yet. You see anything down there? But last year it came out with a spike on both sides, so I'm hopeful we might come out with 2. The other 2 little Rebecca Northerns are kind of hidden down here. And I don't see anything on them yet, but it is still quite early to see any spikes on those. And then my big Modia Jumbo world, this big monster here, just starting to see some yellowing of the leaves. and probably in the next month or so we'll see it start dropping all of its leaves, as well as the rest of the catasetums as well. This is the Cycnodes Cooper. You can see what's left of the spike. Not a whole lot, just dried up. And then you can see that its first leaf has started to yellow. So I'm still keeping these moist, and as the leaves start to drop, I will respond by watering less and less. Overall, I'm keeping the tent drier, so you can kind of see wrinkly bulbs on a lot of different things. Just kind of wanted to err on the side of caution here. Try to keep things from being too wet. I didn't want to jinx it, but I hadn't seen a fungus gnat in here since middle of August. I had been using those mosquito dunks, and I sprayed everything down, soaked the roots of everything really good with the liquid, the mosquito dunks that had been sitting in water, and filtered the water and then sprayed everything. Hadn't seen a single fungus gnat, and then yesterday or the day before I saw one. So I'm gonna stay vigilant with the fungus gnats, but one in 2 months is definitely still a significant improvement. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. I might do another mosquito dunk treatment to try to avoid that. Another big outbreak of fungus gnats. These two Cattleya Rex, both of them sold on eBay last weekend, but both growers asked me to hold them and not ship yet. One because Hurricane Ian in Florida, making all that shipment very, very difficult. And then there was another reason. Somebody else needed me to hold their shipment. So these are sold, but they are still hanging out here until I get the green light to ship. And I still need to sell some more plants. I need to get rid of some more plants. I really hate to let go of this one, Waida. It's a very so far it's a compact, small grower, but a good bloomer. Came out with 2 spikes this year. Lots of roots growing on this guy. The thing is, to ship this guy could be difficult. I'm not sure. So I need to make a decision on that. My healthiest, happiest plants are the ones that I'm wanting to sell, to make room for the countless seedlings that are on their way. So in the realm of the Bulbophyllum, we have Hal here. Hal has put out a nice new leaf, and that new bulb is starting to root. And then I moved my Medusa over here. It actually does have one big nice new spike on it this year, hidden under here, but that's the only one that I can see, so it might only have one bloom spike on it this year, but you never know. Sometimes they pop out of nowhere. And then lovely Elizabeth over here usually starts showing its spikes around this time of year as well, but I haven't seen anything yet. Of course, it is kind of hidden back here too, hard to see. So that is just about it for the updates today. Thanks so much for stopping by, checking on my green pets, and I will see you next time. Bye.